to VALDYMAS Project Read with Dr. Joshua Kolawole. This series is designed to reposition you for excellence in academics, career, and business. Let's dive in as we unravel nuggets essential for excellent living.
This is the voice of transformation. Welcome to VALDYMAS College Project Read audio series. This broadcast is powered by VALDYMAS College of Advanced and Preliminary Studies. We are in the mind transforming business, building meta leaders. I wanted to know that we offer A-level tutorial program that is for guaranteed 200 level university admission. We're located at Yomek Street, behind Excellence or Pipeline Road off Tanke Tipa Garage, Ilorin, Kwara State. We operate the best and most innovative A-level tutorial school. If you have anyone who is interested in taking on A-level program for onward admission into 200 level in the university, or you want to cover up for the deficiencies in the secondary education of any individual, we are your first point of call. And I want to guarantee you that we do this job excellently well because we're the industry standard for access, for quality, and for relevant education. So today I'm going to be continuing on the concept of transforming wisdom that I started last week. And I need us to understand this concept very clearly. I tried to distinguish between change and transformation last week. I gave a comprehensive definition of transformation, the way I see and I crafted it out. And I tried to explain that transformation means a complete change in mindset, complete change in mind image, complete change in the structures, the culture, the contextual realities around you, which generate massive outcomes in the kind of results you will birth in your system. I can guarantee you that if you give up yourself towards transformation, you will start operating within a different capabilities, expertise, and your performance outcome will be different. You will definitely require a leaping in your mindset. So it's going to test your character and your mettle. It's going to test your ability to give up yourself, to sacrifice selfishness for selflessness. So I tried to integrate the concept of transformation with the concept of wisdom. And I said that is the goal of my discussion. I gave 3 definitions of wisdom, but I will repeat one today. The one that strikes me very, very dearly. Wisdom is defined as the soundness of a thinking pattern, a choice, a decision, or an action taken, especially in relation to the system where you operate. How sound is the thinking that you have? How sound is the learning that you have? Don't forget, though learning is good, thinking is good, you can't do them independently. They have to be integrated together. And by integrating it together, I remember the words of Confucius, who says that learning without thinking is useless. However, thinking without learning is dangerous. So I would urge you, be a person who had learned complete true education, which is learning with character. And also ensure that you have enough quality thinking time. What will these two do for you? Especially because that would now birth the concept of transforming wisdom. It will help you to distinguish between wisdom and foolishness. Let me tell you, the reason why wisdom has value is because there is the existence of foolishness. And if you look at the street on your road, you will see the pains of foolishness. You will see how foolishness has entangled people, tied people down because of poor choices and poor decisions. I want to urge you today, that next decision you want to make, how sound is it? Have you reevaluated it? What's the consequence of that decision? Don't just jump at making decisions. You must ensure all your choices, all your decisions are forced down the path of patience by engaging transforming wisdom. With transforming wisdom, I'm going to go right after a concept. There was a day I was in a discussion with a couple of friends somewhere in Lagos, in Ikeja, Lagos specifically. And we got to a point and we started telling a friend of ours that, look, this kind of car that you're driving isn't good enough. It's not befitting. And the guy paused for a while and he responded and he said, look, there are rocks, there are stones, and there are sands. I've made up my mind to only invest heavily in what are rocks, the things that will matter not only today, that will matter in 10 years, in 15 years, and for my generation. He said there are stones, there are some things that will also matter a couple of months or years down the line only. But there are sounds which are general things. They won't matter so well many years from now. He said the car I'm driving today, 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line, will that car matter again? I can change it. I can buy another one. So it got me thinking that the guy kept investing in himself, building himself, I'm saying it again, intelligent mind work for decades to turn worthless resources into priceless products. Surprisingly, out of that meeting, I left with a depth of thinking, with some clarity of purpose, with some transformation of my mind. I kept thinking, so there are things that will matter for your next generation, for your children. There are some things that will not matter after 10 years. There are some things that even from tomorrow or next tomorrow, they won't matter again. So it is now the capability in your mind to distinguish the things that tends towards foolishness, those things that will not matter to after tomorrow, to then invest in things that are more of wisdom. So when I was leaving the meeting, I concluded in my mind that day that intelligent, wise men only build with rocks. They build on rocks and they build rocks. So they build rocks that will live forever. They build with rocks because the wisdom they get to build themselves, they are solid, and they build with rocks such that when the storm of life comes, these guys are super developed. They have invested heavily in their minds to the point that it is very hard for economic crisis and crunch to catch up with them. What I want you to know is that wisdom is a function of the quality of the evaluated experiences you have had, is also the quality of the depth of knowledge that you have exposed yourself to. That's learning. Wisdom is a function of how sound your judgment system is, how sound your examination, assessment, and evaluation system is.
University admission has never been this easy with VALDYMAS College of Advanced and Preliminary Studies. Your dream of a university education can now become a reality. Are you preparing for post-UTME to any university in Nigeria, or you desire to take a fast lane straight to 200 level without writing UTME? VALDYMAS College of Advanced and Preliminary Studies is the place to be. Our A-level program, JUPEB and IJMB, can secure admission for you into 200 level into any course of your choice at any federal, state, or private university in Nigeria. The result has no expiry date. VALDYMAS College of Advanced and Preliminary Studies guarantees 100% success. Our campus is so 21st century. Our facilities are top-notch. Also, hostels are available within the premises. VALDYMAS is along Yomek Street, behind Excellence Hall, Pipeline Road, off Tanker Tipper Garage. Telephone 0806 1716 217 or 0705 55 58890. With VALDYMAS, your success is guaranteed.
Anyone who is not interested in information that will change a system, anyone who goes through an experience, makes the same mistakes over and over and over again, you must understand that there is a house of foolishness working in that life. I would urge you today, foolish people tend to build with rush. They are always in haste to build. They build on sand, and they build with sand, and they eventually build sand. How did I know? When economic crisis comes, when the storm of life comes, it will push down their sand and they will start crying. But the problem is they are the people who, number one, they love to be in their comfort zone. They don't want to stretch themselves. They don't want to be under pressure for anything. They are the people who love to take the easy way out. When you see people when you're in school, they want to take the easy way out. They are already operating under the realm of foolishness. They want to build with rush. They build on sand. And after a while, when the crisis of life catches up, they are the ones who rush into tears and say life is too hard. Yes, life will be too hard because you're building with a rush. You're not engaging the due process that is required for things to grow. It goes also into people who rush into relationship, rush into marriage, rush into things. It is of what to build on rocks. But for you to build on rocks, for you to build on rocks, it takes a while to grow the capacity to build those rocks. I want you to know that foolish people also focus on the outcome to justify the means. They tend to manipulate their way to get results. A very clear example that comes to mind is a parent that says, my son wants to write WAEC. Instead of him going through the rigor of getting a lesson teacher, training the student, and letting the student go to write the exam on his own, what a foolish parent will do is that they will register the exam for the student, pay for machinery. The machinery will help the student get a certificate. What they have simply given to the child is a certificate. They have not given the child the capacity built in the process of getting to know the things that will get the certificate. Now, so what happens in the near future is that the child has a certificate, but he doesn't have the knowledge. The child has a certificate, but he doesn't have the wisdom to survive in life. Little wonder, you see so many of these guys on the streets in town. They have the credentials, but they do not have the requisite knowledge and capacity and the strength of character to back up that certificate because they have manipulated themselves to get results. I want to tell you that what Transforming Wisdom teaches is that it meticulously builds structure and culture for transforming a people. What I'm saying is that child, if he, after you have trained the child, gotten a lesson teacher, do everything, if he does not excel in the exam at first, allow him some time, recoach him, change the strategy, help him, and he would excel the second time. But what you're simply done for that child is that even in the greater future, when you as the parent is no longer available again, that child is now strengthened to know how to solve a problem themselves. They now have grown the requisite capacity. So what I'm saying is transforming wisdom is a wisdom that grows through a process. Is a wisdom that identifies solid rock, building rocks, and understand that only evaluated experience is the experience that you subject to evaluation got a better result. It also makes us to know that the way we learn is critical. What you learn is critical, and how you learn. And the reason why you learn, if the reason why you're sending your child to school is just because of the competitiveness in your environment, then there's a problem. If the reason why you're sending your child to school is just so that you too can say I have a graduate, then there's a problem. Your child must know why they are embracing knowledge, because that will drive the way they learn. If the reason why you're sending your child to school, you're always saying, I'm just sending you to school, I know you still go and do something else, you're already killing the pursuit of sound learning. And that's in terms of school alone. Don't forget that learning can also be moral, can be character based. You must train a child to also learn leadership values and principles. When you integrate this together with technical knowledge from academics, then it becomes true education, according to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So I want to urge you today as a parent, what am I selling? I'm selling to you character. What am I selling? I'm selling to you as a parent today to commit to a life to support your child, to grow through the rigorous process, and to ensure that they go forward through a rigorous process that comes from a sound quality of thinking, through clarity of purpose for their life, and then transformation of their mind. When their mind is transformed, even you as a parent will be more relaxed. You will sit back and enjoy your whole day, because that kind of child will not only keep moving or changing on an arithmetic progression, the guy will start changing on a geometric progression. And that's why last week I gave an example that you can actually grow from level 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, and you can also grow from level 2 to 20 to 80 to 100 to 200, and that's how some people are actually growing. Now when you look at it too, you say one is lucky. He isn't actually clearly lucky. If you analyze this life, you will see that there are some things about the choices he is making that if you go and sit down with it, yes, he is leveraging on some opportunities that come part time, but the choices he's making has prepared him such that he has built his life with rock, so that when those opportunities come, he helps him to live from 2 to 20. You too, that you're moving from level 2 to 3, you're actually hitting life-changing opportunity. But because you're not building yourself strongly, you're only able to move from 2 to 3 or 2 to 4 or 2 to 5. You're actually moving. You will thank God that you're moving. But the truth about it is that the sacrifices you have failed to make is causing you not to be able to leap completely to a different culture, a different performance outcome. So I want to urge you today, please, don't forget, embrace transforming mind. And don't forget that this broadcast is powered by VALDYMAS College of Advanced and Preliminary Studies, located on Yomek Street behind Excellence or Pipeline Road off Tanke Tipa Garage in Lorin, Kwara State. We are in the A-level program for guaranteed 200 level university admission for any pupil that enrolls with us. We operate the best and most innovative school management system in Nigeria because we're the industry standard for access, quality, and relevant education. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you for listening to VALDYMAS Project Read with Dr. Joshua Kolawole. We invite you to join us on our social media platforms for more inspiring and life-transforming contents. On Instagram at JoyfulJosh2020, Facebook, VALDYMAS Cap, YouTube at VALDYMAS Project Read, or you can log on to our website www.valdymasedu.org. This program is powered by VALDYMAS College of Advanced and Preliminary Studies in Lorin. For more information, please call or WhatsApp 0806 1716 217 or +168 23 75 0282. Please join us again on this station, same time next